Okay, so anyway, this what happened. So Jasmine, Junior, Eleanor, and Jim was having dinner. Jim Halsey was having dinner. There was a knock at the door, and it was Johnny at the door. Eleanor's ex that she married back in the day, back in the 90s. Eleanor said, "What the fuck? What the?" She looked, she clear enough, it was Johnny. She said, "You didn't got old," she told him, right? Because he looked older than what he did compared to, 1992, 93 or whatever. So, Johnny had the nerve to say, "Yeah, and so did you." He said, "But you look good though." Eleanor said, "Yeah, I'm sure I do." So Johnny asked her, "How have you been?" She said, "I've been okay. I'm like normal, nothing new. I'm married now to my favorite person." And she grabbed Jim Halsey by his arm and kissed him on his cheek and stuff. And so this is my new husband. I've known him for a long time. I've known him longer than I've known you, Johnny. He said, "Is that right?" She's like, "Yeah." He said, "Yeah, we've known each other a while," Jim Halsey said. So anyway, he said, "Well, I just wanted to see how you were doing." And she said, "How do you know where I live?" This is what Eleanor asked Johnny. How did he know where she lived? And you know who told him? Raina, her cousin Raina. He ran to her cousin Raina and asked where her whereabouts was, and Raina told him, and found out she was living in the projects in a worst ghetto ass neighborhood. All them ghetto ass people and gunshots and shit going off and shit, fucking bullets and shit flying all through the complex and shit. Why she tell him that? Damn. He might get scared. He a white boy too. In fact, Jim Halsey was a white boy and so was Johnny. He was a white boy. But Johnny was on the Native American side, the white boy. So anyway, he said, "So this is where you live, huh?" said Johnny. Eleanor said, "Yeah, you got a problem with that?" He said, "No, I don't." He said, it's just not like you. It's just, you're in the finer things in life." She said, "Yeah, I used to be, but I've changed since then. In fact, I found God. I got God on my side. I'm praying and I'm going to church every Sunday." She said, "So don't hate." He said, "Oh no, I'm not hating on that." He said, "That's a good thing." She said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah, that's good you going to church." She said, "Johnny, what are you doing here? Why are you here? What do you want?" Yeah. He said, "I just want to talk to you about something." Mm-hmm. He said, "I know you were married though." Mm-hmm. He gonna say that out loud. So that's when Jim Halsey stepped up and said, "Yeah, she's married to me and she's happy with me." He told Johnny. She said, "What do you want, Johnny?" Eleanor said. He said, "Well, I want to just ask you to forgive me of something." She said, "For what? What'd you do?" This is a long time ago. He said, "When I beat Jasmine." And Jasmine was standing right there. She said, "Oh, you talking about me?" Jasmine stood up. She said, "You talking about me, right, Johnny?" He said, oh my gosh. And he looked at her and like, wow, you didn't grew up. And the way he said in the way he was flirting with her or some shit. She said, Mama, she said, you know what? She said, Auntie, get this nigga out of here right now. She said, he ain't right. Junior walked up to him and said, is there a problem? That's her husband, Jasmine's husband. Oh, I'm just surprised she grew up, that's all. I didn't say nothing wrong. So we're going to get to this in a little bit, but I got to go to break, though, okay?